Killer, they call me Naruto.
No way he just put in a Naruto reference in there. Yeah, man, my anime fans are going.
Sick of these niggas like rockets. Sick of these niggas like rockets. In the club making no rockets.
Hello, this is Fade. So I've never really done one of these before, but a lot of people want me to break down how I do my shit. So, sorry for the cursing. Yeah, I don't really do a lot of these breakdowns, but I mean, I've done like animations like works, but I've never like broken down the animation I've done. I guess today is a first time for everything. So today I'm gonna be breaking down the Naruto Aang animation I just showed y'all. It's not done. I want to preface that, like, I'm still working on it. It should be done before the end of July, along with hopefully Spider-Man vs. Invincible. If not, then it should be in the first week of August. So the Homelander video will probably be around the same week, if not a week after. That's my goal. Actually, I should probably do a display capture. Yeah, hold on, let me close those sometimes. Alright, so yeah, I wanted to just have a display capture on because it's just easier to show things with display capture. So, yeah, normally I want to keep this more of like a Patreon thing, but I will occasionally show off these animations. I might do more animation breakdowns, and I just might lock like files and stuff behind Patreon instead, but we'll see how things go. Actually, first of all, I should save, and this is important for anybody that's doing animation. Please save and then save multiple copies. I nearly lost everything for Spider-Man vs. Invincible due to like a test I was doing, but thank God a nigga had multiple save files, man. I swear, if I didn't, dude, that junk would have been gone. So, all right. But yeah, so overall, I'll try to break down everything as best I can. I don't want to lock breakdowns too much. I will keep them a Patreon thing for a good while, but I will obviously post like breakdowns normally every now and then. But maybe you'll have more in-depth things on Patreon. But I don't know. I'm not like a really good in-depth person, so I'll just turn off everything. Let's just start off with the introduction. So I'll just turn off the background too. So first of all, my thought immediately was Stormfort intro. So of course they jump up and then they dash into each other and then poof, they clash, right? So it's still a little iffy. I could definitely tweak a few things and like add a few effects. So adding effects will probably make it a little better. I had Aang on his like little air ball. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, and then he jumps off. There will be effects for him jumping off the air ball, by the way. Like everything is still like incomplete, but you know. So then they get ready to fight, and then they stand up, and then in terms of height, I think Aang is taller than Naruto. So I think Naruto only gets taller than him in like their like more adult ages, but it wasn't really on purpose. It just kind of was like a natural thing. So eventually, I have Naruto fashion right here. I'm trying to do a lot more frame by frame with this animation, since relying on tweens can be a bit iffy. There are a lot of tweens in this animation, but I actually do like how this animation looks. So I'm pretty happy with those. So Naruto comes in and he uses a kunai. Aang blocks it with his bow. Not his bow, it's the staff. Sorry. My goal for his animation is to have Naruto be a lot more aggressive, since Naruto's just more hot-headed. Aang is immature, but he's calm, you know, he's like more like relaxed in a way you can argue. So I think Naruto being the aggressor here and just like constantly attacking Aang makes sense. I know some people say that, you know, Aang doesn't really punch, no bender really punches or whatever, but I would just more imagine it as Naruto's like constantly being in like Aang's grill, so he just has to like fight in close quarters combat. Yeah, something to like this like little glitch here, I fucking hate it, so I'm gonna try and fix that. So yeah, so he stabs it, Aang immediately shoots back with the staff to push him back, spins to counter him, knees him, bang, the kick right there, Alright, so then Then he moves in, just keeps poking with the staff, and then Naruto sees an opening, so he dodges, then uppercuts him with the kunai, kicks him, and then punches him away. And that way, now he has some space to do some Shadow Clone Jutsu. And so, yeah, here, hold on, something is off. So y'all can see it. Oh, it is here. Yeah, my bad. So, yeah, so it makes the Shadow Clones, and then this is where the fight really gets started. Ooh, a nigga just fought it. I'm sorry. Yeah, so at this point, Naruto makes the Shadow Clones. I think, obviously, this is in character for him. Like, he immediately makes Shadow Clones. Even when a fight starts, he makes Shadow Clones. Like, he could probably be fighting a squirrel and he makes Shadow Clones, so Aang flies back, but he recovers. I want him to really use, like, a lot of air in this animation, so he's gonna use the air a lot to his advantage here. So he lands, obviously, so then Naruto comes in, Aang dodges, he grabs him, and then he throws him aside. This, you know, I'm trying to have Aang be a lot more counter heavy, you know, a lot more calm, just trying to, like, use Naruto's strength against him instead of, you know, just, what's the word, instead of, like, being, like, fighting or whatever. Yeah, I even forgot to put the air sound. Thank God I put that right there. So, this is actually supposed to be, like, more of an air thing, like, he's just pushing away with air. He uses the, rock to shoot up the other Naruto clone. I love this, like, little pose, man, it's so funny. So, then he, you know, backflips, rolls, and then bang, throws a kunai, but Aang dodges in time, and then, you know, they have, like, a little scuffle. This is one of my favorite, like, sections of the fight, just because, like, I like the idea of, like, multiple, like, things happening at once, you know, like, nothing's, like, you know, not, like, frozen. Like, I had a problem a lot where I would just have things just sitting in the background, and they wouldn't really do anything. So this sequence right here, where, like, the two Narutos are fighting Aang, and, you know, they're trying to, like, get a good hand on, I think it's really cool. So, yeah, in terms of, like, my whole thing, I kind of just had the tweens here, so Naruto gets thrown away, Aang moves a slight bit, so, yeah, that's Aang. So I have him, like, slightly move at, like, ease 100, Naruto's flying away. I think I just have him, yeah, I just have him move him, just, like, at the tween, yeah. I think, for general advice, if you are doing, like, just basic moves, I don't think tweens are that bad. Like, yeah, I think they're pretty decently efficient. If you're doing, like, basic movements, like arcs, for example, or, you know, like a character, like, or what's the word, like a character running, for example, you don't have to frame by frame, and that's just a lot of extra work that I don't really think you need. If you want to change something, I think, like, you can easily just make this into, like, a key, like, you can just convert it into keyframes right here, and then just edit it yourself. That's what I do sometimes if something doesn't, like, agree with a tween, so, yeah. So, but yeah, so, don't obviously rely on tweens, but at the same time, use tweens because they are very useful. But I would recommend learning frame by frame. Frame by frame will give you more, like, freedom and a lot more control over your animation, and, you know, the speed and flow makes it feel a lot better. So anyway, so Naruto runs up, he stops and then jumps up. Meanwhile, Naruto and Aang are going back and forth. I honestly could have probably did like a air push over here, but honestly, I like what I did here, like having, like, Aang, like, whoosh up Naruto into the air with, like, his air attack. Like, I said air, like, fucking 3 times in, like, the past, like, couple seconds. I need to stop cursing. So, yeah, so he throws him up in the air. The second Naruto's coming up, and then they bump into each other, and then poof, they're gone. So then the original Naruto, that's the sound, yeah. I guess I could break down the sounds as well if y'all want. It's nothing too crazy. It's just, like, the best I can do for sounds and, like, what my ideas and process were behind things. So the original Naruto comes up, he runs, kicks him, but he breaks his guard, as you can see. I hope I showed that pretty well. If I didn't, then I will try to be a little bit more obvious, but I think just this sequence alone can show pretty well. And then I have my camera here. I try to, you know, follow the action as best as possible. So in case you are struggling with that, then just do that. Also, the rule of thirds is really important. I don't think I really did it too well in this animation, but I think I did a mostly decent job. So If you want like a rule of thirds, if you're animating on Adobe, you can just make like a layer and just connect it to the camera and then just put it on and then boom, and then just stay stuck. So you don't have to constantly worry about like moving it when resizing the camera and shit. So Naruto, bang, bobs him in the head, bald head, straight bang. He lands, and then Naruto goes in for a jab and dodges, and then shoots him with an air blast. So he lands, and then Aang shoots out some fire, and Naruto, as he's about to get ready, does a shadow clone in the nick of time, and right. So then this is actually a bit one of my favorite sequences from this. I think so far this sequence might be my favorite. If not, maybe the shadow clone stuff later in the fight, but yeah. So then he throws a Demon Wind Shuriken. I was like, yeah, I want to include the Demon Wind Shuriken here. So he throws the Demon Wind Shuriken through the smoke. It zooms on by. So then Aang's like, okay, I'm gonna just block it real quick. Bang! And then, oh no, a second one. So Aang's like, holy shit. Block. But then nope, it turns out to be Naruto, and he throws a kunai. So Aang, of course, makes some rocks. So as you can see, here's like the whole sequence. I don't really show this whole sequence. I should do that more for these breakdown videos. But this one got a little excuse because this is like genuinely like one of my favorite parts of this animation so far. Yeah, so then he creates the wall, and then boom, then he's ready. So then there'll probably be like fire here of like the kunai coming down and then about to explode. So Aang's like, whoa. Dude, that fucking face, man, it's so funny. So that Aang's like, oh my gosh, and then so I can actually turn on the background for some of this. Yeah, it's for this section at least. So Aang and Naruto are fighting on the Valley of the End. I'm gonna turn off the song, the music though. So yeah, they're fighting on like this little cliff on the Valley of the End. So here, I can zoom out for you guys. So as you can see, boom, right there, right? So of course I'm missing the waterfall, but shh, I'll add it later. So Aang gets sent flying, zoom, and then he falls down into the water. Then what he does, so he's falling, but then he recovers, and he's going to be floating with like the air, right? So that's what my intention is for that. So that's pretty much it for the whole breakdown so far. I will show you guys actually the rest of the stuff I have so far, since I haven't really shown y'all. I haven't updated y'all much of anything so far, so think of this as like a little gift, since y'all have been like waiting for me to uppost in like forever. So yeah, so let's go on to the sequence I was animating previously. It's not too much, but I think it's a decent amount. So Aang recovers, right? I'm plan to have like an air thing below him. That way, like Aang's like constantly hovering since he can't really walk on water. I mean, I guess you technically could make him walk on water. I think sure he's like ran on water, but that's like a gag. So I mean, it's not like impossible, but still. So Naruto jumps in the air. This sequence is pretty cool. I think I might tweak him jumping in the air just a bit because it feels a little too fast and a bit too stiff there, so I might change that a bit. So then he jumps up in the air and then he comes closer to the camera. Uses a shadow clone technique and boom 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 boom, and then boom. Yeah, this sequence is pretty cool. I like this sequence. So Aang is, and I actually spread his face a little bit for this one. So he's like a little shy. He's like, what the hell? So he just gets out of dodge while the Narutos are falling from the sky. So he's dodging, right? So yeah, he just continues to dodge. I want him to like ride on the water, so it looks a little weird now, but hopefully when I get the opportunity, I can add some water effects here once I'm done. But I just kind of like start to animate without a background, because I think generally animating without like a background to like exist right now just kind of makes things a bit easier for you, and you don't have to worry about like the how it looks until like you can just like edit it a little later. So yeah, so of course Aang's still dodging like all the Narutos. Then he's surrounded by some couple Narutos. These Narutos will also be sliding. So I can close that out. And then this is where I left off so far. Aang is going to recover and then chew on some water and then boom. Yeah, so after that is a surprise. I will try to post some more of these like little animation breakdowns. I probably work more on some of the other stuff as well, so I can show you all some other stuff. I might do one for Spider-Man Invincible, like pretty much like a couple days after. That way you guys can at least, if I can't post it on the 30th, which I wanted to, then you guys can at least like enjoy that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this animation breakdown. I hope that this explains some things to y'all. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.
Stop doing this!
How is he doing that?
I don't want to hurt anyone.